In this lesson, you'll learn useful business English for change management, employee adoption, and transformation. Let's begin. Phrase 1. Build a case for change. Build a case for change. Meaning, to create a convincing explanation of why change is necessary. Example: the leadership team built a case for change using customer and cost data. A strong case explains the current problem, expected benefit, risk of inaction, and urgency. It gives people a reason to engage. Use this phrase before announcing a major change. Now repeat, build a case for change. Phrase 2. Identify affected stakeholders. Identify affected stakeholders. Meaning, to determine which people or groups will experience the effects of a change. Example: the project identified affected stakeholders across operations, finance, and customer service. Different stakeholders may face different benefits, concerns, and responsibilities. Identification supports tailored communication and involvement. Use this phrase during early change planning. Now repeat, identify affected stakeholders. Phrase 3. Explain the reason for change. Explain the reason for change. Meaning, to communicate clearly why a new direction or method is needed. Example: managers explained the reason for change before discussing the new reporting structure. People are more likely to engage when they understand the business need and context. The explanation should be honest and consistent. Use this phrase when introducing change to employees. Now repeat, explain the reason for change. Phrase 4. Create a change roadmap. Create a change roadmap. Meaning, to plan the stages, timing, and major activities of organizational change. Example: the program office created a change roadmap covering communication, training, and rollout. A roadmap shows how the organization will move from current to future practice. It aligns dependent activities and milestones. Use this phrase when coordinating a complex transformation. Now repeat, create a change roadmap. Phrase 5. Appoint change champions. Appoint change champions. Meaning, to select respected employees who will support and encourage a change. Example: each region appointed change champions to answer local questions and share feedback. Champions connect the central project with everyday experience. They need information, credibility, and access to support. Use this phrase when building a network to encourage adoption. Now repeat, appoint change champions. Phrase 6. Communicate the impact. Communicate the impact. Meaning, to explain how a change will affect people's work, responsibilities, or experience. Example: the team communicated the impact on roles before the new system training began. Impact communication should be specific about what will change and what will remain. It helps people prepare. Use this phrase when broad announcements need practical detail. Now repeat, communicate the impact. Phrase 7. Prepare the organization. Prepare the organization. Meaning, to make sure people, processes, and systems are ready for a change. Example: pilot testing and manager briefings helped prepare the organization for rollout. Preparation includes skills, capacity, leadership support, technology, and local plans. Readiness should be assessed rather than assumed. Use this phrase before implementation. Now repeat, prepare the organization. Phrase 8. Support employee adoption. Support employee adoption. Meaning, to help employees begin and continue using a new way of working. Example: coaching and simple job aids supported employee adoption after launch. Adoption requires ability, motivation, and practical reinforcement. Training alone may not be enough. Use this phrase when focusing on actual behavior after a change is introduced. Now repeat. Support employee adoption. Phrase 9. Respond to uncertainty. Respond to uncertainty. Meaning: to address questions and concern when future details are not fully known. Example: leaders responded to uncertainty by sharing what was known and when updates would follow. Honest communication is more credible than pretending every answer exists. People need clarity about immediate priorities. Use this phrase during transitions where plans are still developing. Now repeat. Respond to uncertainty. Phrase 10. Track adoption. Track adoption. Meaning: to measure whether people are using and accepting a new process or system. Example: usage data and manager feedback will help the project track adoption. Adoption measures may include usage, proficiency, compliance, and sentiment. Tracking reveals where more support is required. Use this phrase after rollout. Now repeat. Track adoption. Phrase 11. Reinforce the new behavior. Reinforce the new behavior. Meaning: to encourage people to continue working in the intended new way. Example: team leaders reinforce the new behavior through regular review and recognition. Without reinforcement, people may return to familiar habits. Leaders, measures, processes, and recognition should support the change. Use this phrase during stabilization. Now repeat. Reinforce the new behavior. Phrase 12. Make the change stick. Make the change stick. Meaning: to ensure that a change becomes a lasting part of normal work. Example: updated procedures and performance goals helped make the change stick. This conversational phrase means sustaining results after project attention declines. Ownership and systems must support the new practice. Use it when discussing long-term change success. Now repeat. Make the change stick. Excellent work! You have practiced 12 expressions for change management and employee adoption. Choose 3 phrases and use each one in a sentence about a workplace transformation. Connecting communication, readiness, and reinforcement will help you remember the language. Continue with the next part for more business English speaking practice.